Welcome back to Ratchet Thoughts and Dizzle. We here in the building at the platform. I'm here with my lovely brothers and sisters here. Another episode for you today. We're super excited, and let's just get right into it because I'm lit. Y'all already know what it is. Harlem Luke, the Skywalker.
Young beard-faced Poppy.
Oh my God.
If you haven't noticed, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new cast member.
young beard. Baby beard Poppy in the building.
Oh God.
Oh, is that type of day? Like,
First Lady Ramona. I'm tired, y'all.
Oh, the Brooklynite Dre Smashington is here today.
Smashington. Sir Smashington is here. Okay.
Oh man, and
Sir Smashington, yes.
Yes. And before we even continue to go forward, Mr. Babyface Uptown. What did you say your name was?
young beard-faced.
Young Beardface, new cast member. Please, can you articulate the wonderful disclaimer that
Oh, we going straight into
Brown always does?
Yeah.
The thoughts, views, and opinions of young beard-faced Poppy are solely the opinions of young beard-faced Poppy and do not reflect upon the rest of the cast of Ratchet Thoughts and Isms.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
And
Sean.
please comment if you guys are feeling the clean.
I'm not
shaven.
feeling it. Trust me. We going straight back into full girthiness.
He
I know y'all
looks
like that girth.
like
We
the
gonna get the girth back. You know what I'm saying?
1998 Raheem right here.
Word.
Crazy in the
Yeah,
building.
I just need some I heard pussy juice helps the.
All right, ladies, you heard it here first. So anyway, let's get into it.
Raheem Brown at gmail.com.
Wow. yeah. Email Raheem Brown at Gmail. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
No, so you got
All our advocates.
SkyWalkerTouch at gmail.com and Raheem Brown at gmail.com.
Yeah, y'all gave him my whole government.
Let's go on down.
What's the point of me saying young Poppy?
Listen, that's
if y'all gonna say my government, I don't understand.
What happened was
What happens when I start saying your government?
you've been saying it. I've been saying.
No,
Keisha.
I always call you
This one right
Ramona.
here always call me Keisha.
Oh, see, you said it now.
That's all good.
Cool.
So,
Oh,
Right.
first of all, hold on, wait a minute. Let's clap it up. Somebody just had a birthday.
oh yeah.
Leo season, we love you. Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Your birthday
you.
passed, but you know.
It's still my birthday the whole month of August.
Exactly. So
You're
we
right.
good, you know,
Yes, you're right.
Even though niggas is not gonna see this until February, never
Shut
worry.
up!
But you know,
Actually, that's not true. You guys will actually see this episode probably in another 2 to 3 weeks. So
It might be August. Make it happen.
I'm just talking my shit.
it'll probably be September though for sure. Anyway, let's get to it. We bantered enough. We bantered enough. Happy to be back. Glad you guys are tuning in. Today's episode is what makes marriage material. What makes somebody marriage material? Right? Get it right? I hope I got it right.
Well, marriage material is definitely different than wifey material.
Wifey's a slang term.
There you go.
I agree. That's interesting. I like that. Wifey material versus
Wifey's very loose.
Marriage.
Different type of cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Different type of cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about it. So, what do you feel, Miss
Me?
Ramona,
Oh, we starting
Okay,
over here.
Lucas.
is a marriage material?
For a man or for myself?
I'm asking you.
What I feel like is marriage material for a woman?
No. Start with for a man, and then we go, because
No.
then we can all talk about what we feel like for ourselves.
I mean, first of all, I feel like a man should be ready. Like, don't look for a wife. Look to be a good husband. Don't look for a good wife. Look to be a good husband. Because if you're a good husband, you're gonna find a good wife. That's how I feel. Because people always say, "Oh, I want a good wife," but are you a good man? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for marriage? Are you ready to be a husband? No? Yes? Maybe? No? Oh, okay. So, first of all, make sure you're ready to be a husband before you're looking for a good wife, one. Secondly, you have to be whole. You can't be broken. You have to heal. You have to make sure that you're 100% going into this thing because it's rough. There's going to be rough times, and marriage triggers things. And a lot of things that's unhealed that if you marry is going to be worse. And you're going to take it out on your partner. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I don't know if I 100% agree with that.
I feel that way. I feel that way.
Listen, we asked her.
I
We
feel
got
that
to
way.
take her.
I feel like if you go into a marriage with someone, marriage is not easy. Marriage is a full-time job, right? It might be days when everything is not going to be perfect. But if you still have trauma and you're not healed from the previous things in your life, those little things could mess the marriage up, in my opinion. So.
That is the perspective of someone who's never been married. Disclaimer.
So let's not to segue. So let's talk about. So on this panel right now, we have two men who have been married,
Currently
legally,
divorced.
and are
Team divorce. Wonder Twin powers activate.
and are currently
wives
divorced.
Yeah.
Right, have been divorced for several years, and then you have two of the opposite sex who are single who have never been married. So those are So our perspective is coming from this wavelength. So, did you want to add anything else to what you were saying, or because I want to kind of go down?
Well, I'm going to add more, but I want to hear you guys' point of view first on what I said. Especially this one. He said that he don't agree.
Young Beardface or
Come on, Gerber. Let's go, Gerber.
Gerber. Wow. All right.
Gerber baby. Wow.
Listen, I can take it. Listen, the stuff that came from my kids today, yo, it was crazy. So I can take it.
And be the ones.
Yeah, I know. Their job is to keep me humble.
Right.
So I think that people should be in a constant state of growth and evolution. So to expect someone to be whole, I think is, in my opinion, unrealistic. I don't need someone whole. I need someone who is actively working on their shit. You know what I'm saying? Because to expect someone to be whole is almost like expected perfection. No one's perfect. I let you speak without interrupting you, didn't I?
Maybe. No, you did interrupt me. You said I don't agree with that because you haven't been married. But go ahead.
No,
you did interrupt me. But go ahead.
Okay.
Your receipts. Miss Receipts is in the building. She's on.
Just go ahead.
I thought she was done.
I'm done. Go ahead.
But I think that, you know, if you're in a constant state of growth and evolution, then your job should be to grow with whomever you designate you want to be a partner. Yeah, both put it's a job. Relationship is a 24/7, 365 job. It's a job that never ends. If you understand that, you find somebody who you're compatible with, you put in the work, and you're always on your job.
Growth is an individual thing. I don't need you to help me grow or heal. That's for me. That's my journey. That's not our journey. That's my journey. And it's your job as my husband or my boyfriend to be patient with it and console me and be there when I need you. But that's not your job to heal me. That's not your job to grow with me. That's my own growth. So I don't believe that you should be with somebody and then potentially healing. And I don't believe that. So
I mean, you got to have a we mentality, not I mentality.
It still doesn't matter. I don't believe it's a we thing for growth. But that's just me.
That is her
That's
perspective. So as the other single, non-married male on this panel, I also didn't necessarily agree with you. I think
that's fine.
That growth comes in stages for people, and yeah, you're right. Your growth is your own, and there's not necessarily a need for somebody else to personally lead you through that. But having someone to support you, having someone that has your back, is someone that understands that adaptability to change is going to happen in life, and they are willing. And one of the things for me for marriage material is that the person is willing to work on the relationship, and you healing you, yeah, that's you, but it's also on us. Like, I want you to be better for you, because you being better for you means it's a better
exactly us. So why would you want that to begin with?
But again, everyone has work. Whether you have some baggage, little baggage, a lot of baggage, some trauma, little trauma, whatever it is, at some point there's always going to be there. Hopefully there's some work that's being done, because I want someone who's always growing. And sometimes you don't get to certain levels until you reach something, and then you got to break through. Material. I don't know if you agreed or disagreed, but what were your thoughts on
marriage material? I believe that we're always in a stage of becoming. So while you may be whole, there's a lot of work that's still being done on people. I think that in order to be marriage material, you have to be ready to. It is work, but I don't necessarily believe it should be a job. when it comes to jobs, it's like, usually jobs have like a negative connotation to it. Marriage or relationship should be something that you enjoy. The two of you should be able to grow together. Whether that be you both doing, you both like having sessions together with therapists, as well as you doing your own personal sessions where you're, taking the time to make sure that you get the thing, the baggage and stuff that you have like taken care of, where you're not constantly pushing your triggers on each other. But it's definitely something where you both have to be in a place where you believe that the two of you are able to handle each other, delicately, where you both believe that that's the person for me, and if that person never changes, I can still be with them. Because what happens is we put expectations on each other, and when those expectations aren't met, we get upset with the other person that they don't meet our expectations, without us looking at the situation where we're saying, why did I expect that from that person? I mean, just honestly, if the person who they are when I meet them, why am I expecting them to be anybody else than that?
I can answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about this off air, right?
Right.
So if I'm dealing with a woman, and I feel like growth should be a natural part of everyone's evolution, but everybody grows at their own pace, right? But why do I have to accept a mediocre version of you when I know if you put in the work, there's a better version of you that is out there to be had, to exist, that we both could share?
That's fantastic. But again, you accepted the mediocre version of her.
Don't date with potential. Don't date with potential.
And in order for you to get to a point where you had to say, I don't want to mess with this mediocre potential, she had to have this mediocre. She had to be this mediocre person when you first started dealing with her. So that's again.
I don't date. I don't choose to date anyone that lives with the mentality that I have to love you as you are. I do not.
So then why continue dating a person? If you can't love me the way you met me, then why continue dating me?
Right. That's the reason why the question is asked. If they never change, you have to be able to be. If they never change, right? You have to. Again, for marriage material, we're talking about that.
Absolutely.
If you're saying you're looking at this person, and you're saying you're possibly thinking about saying, I want to be with you for the rest of my life, right? If this person never changes, you have to be okay with that.
If you tell me I gotta love you the way you are, to me, the way I process that is that you think that you are perfect and you don't have to change anything about. That's what I think.
Right.
I think that you feel like you're perfect, and if you feel like you're perfect and you don't gotta work on anything about yourself, then I don't gotta accept that.
Because I feel like
I will walk away from you if that's your mentality.
Hold on, I feel like now I'm on a platform. I feel like now I'm on stage. Now you watching me, so when you gonna change? Like you could do better, a little bit more, better than that. Almost there. Like I feel like you coaching me into this person that you want me to be, and this is not who I really want to be. I want to be the person you met. But you want me to be this other person, so now you're gonna sit here and date me to coach me to be that person for you.
And
I'm gonna let you evolve on your own.
No, wait. On the opposite side of what she just said, what happens if she does change, but it's not what you expected her, how you expected her to change. So again, whether she's staying the same or she's evolving into somebody that you didn't expect her to evolve into. Are you able to handle that?
Yes. And if the result of me handle that is me feeling like I need to walk away from that, I'm perfectly okay with that.
And sometimes people outgrow each other. You grow so much that I just outgrew you altogether.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to deal with the kind of guy you are anymore. I'm above that now. Thank
fine.
You though.
That's fine.
Cool. So, but I don't think people should date looking for someone to change. Like I believe what you said, how you have to grow with the partner you're with. I get that because that's part of knowing each other. The more I learn you, the more you learn me, the more we grow. But I just feel like coming in, you shouldn't have a whole lot of baggage because it's not going to work. And I'm talking from experience. I was never married, but I did live with a gentleman for some years. We shared bills together. We did household things. Like, we didn't have a ring, but...
Yeah, we're shacking up.
But we was living together, right?
Shacking up.
And the reason why we broke up was because of the fact that he had issues. And the issues he had, the reason why we broke up wasn't even because of us. It's because of the shit he had going on over there that made us break up. Because he never dealt with them. So that's why I'm saying, like, you gotta make sure you deal with your baggage coming in, because that person that's next to you is gonna get all that dirt.
Everybody got
They're gonna get all that dumped on them.
Everybody got baggage.
But to what extreme though?
But again, that's the reason why I'm like, if everybody's doing the work, that the necessary work, therapy, psycho
Self-reflection.
Shout out to Dr. Tay.
Those things that they need to do, then is that really going to be an issue if we're actually taking the time to do individual and couples therapy?
Yo, we getting into the ridiculous.
You got some people out there.
And I guess the other question would be, how do you figure out who's worth doing that with?
That's another question.
That's where discernment comes in, because you got some people that are out there that's just like, take me as I am. I said what I said, and that's it. That's just what it is, right? And I'm gonna tell you,
is that healthy?
Hell no.
Okay.
Well, Mary J. Blige said it. Take me as I am.
That's not. She was broken too. She was broken too. Anywho, that's not a healthy mentality, right?
Or have nothing at all.
I plead the fifth.
All right, so let me come back. Let me bring. Let me reel us back in.
Crazy. I didn't realize I plead the
Get to
fifth.
bring it back.
Ratchet Dawsonisms.
You gotta be the right question.
Marriage material. We in here. We deep. We not even
I like
20
old
minutes
married.
in.
I have a question for the married
She was
man.
with KC.
All right, let's get into it.
question for the married
So
man.
before we already in deep. So let's
Excuse
go.
me, divorced men.
Divorced
Get it correct.
The former married
You
man.
still married?
No.
I have a question.
I'm not still married either.
It's a part 2. It's a 1 and 1A. Do you think when you got married that you was husband material when you said I do?
Hell no.
Do you think you was husband material when you said I do?
Yeah.
You do? Do you still think that you're husband material? Do you believe you're husband material now?
Yes.
Do you believe you're still husband material?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Niggas a better man than me. I was not ready.
And what made
for none
you
of
feel
that
that you were?
No, I was definitely ready.
What made you feel you were?
I was done with like games and stuff like that. I was done with it was literally like I'm ready for family. I'm ready to build, those type of things. And I was literally like working on, like
I'm a far better father than I was a husband.
Things like that. Yes, sir.
All right, good. That was an awesome segue. So let's get into it.
Here we go.
So
I don't even like that smile you just had. It looks really sinister.
That's Lucas talking.
Yeah,
That's Lucas
absolutely
talking.
not. That was a perfect.
So
Let him lead into it. Go ahead.
Go on.
Thank you. Into what? Let's get into it, because I know a lot of people are probably asking, well, what is marriage material?
Okay.
What do you consider somebody
List.
of what makes the marriage material?
Okay.
Now, this is all going to be our own perspectives,
right?
Everyone is going to be different. We have a single man here. We have 2 former married, no longer divorced. They're divorced now, right? And we have a single woman here. So I'm gonna start on what I feel makes a woman a marriage material.
Marriage material for you.
For
Right.
me.
Okay.
Right? But I think you guys can comment, like, and share.
So you say something I like, I'm a thumbs up. If you say something I don't agree, I'm a thumbs down.
Go ahead, please.
I like that. Very good. Very good.
Because I want to interrupt you.
Okay, I appreciate you.
I love you, brother.
All right. So, and it's in no particular order. I think each one holds the same amount of weight.
Equal
some
importance.
people, exactly. Some people be like, oh no.
No high agree.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Right. Communication.
A woman that can communicate. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Right. You gotta be able to communicate, and people misunderstand that communication is not just one way. It's both.
Can I do a sidebar?
Right? Both.
Effective communication.
Yeah.
Communication with comprehension.
But
Yes.
That part.
CC's right there. Communication with comprehension, because you can say whatever you're
and it
saying,
does not register.
and that person, you gotta learn how to speak so that person hears.
Understanding. Speak with understanding. Yep.
Communication is not just linguistics.
No, it's not.
According to you, you know what? Let me not even go.
Don't do
I
that.
just said that it's like whoever
Pause.
Woo! So by tonight.
Communication with comprehension. Thank you, Rhoda. Wow. Trust.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity.
Integrity.
I'm a man of my word.
Okay.
So I expect that the woman, and there might be some fault in that, expecting somebody to be the way that I am towards them.
That too.
What we talked about earlier.
Expectations versus
preference versus expectations. You may prefer for a woman to be a woman of her word, but
exactly.
you may not. You should not expect it
until she shows you that.
And I'm no longer right in that place where I'm expecting them.
Yeah, she has to show
be
you.
Nice, but I understand that that's not the case, right? I can't expect someone to be that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compassion.
Okay.
And when I say compassion, it's in a sense where if I'm hurting, whatever it is, I don't care if you don't think that my hurt is real or whatever, or the level of what it is, you should be compassionate towards that and have a type of...
When I cry, we cry. When you cry,
is compassion also based on the ability to...
And not just me.
For someone to show you grace.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
so. I think
absolutely.
so.
And it's not just me. I'm talking about in the world with her family, with her friends, different things. I want to know that this woman can be compassionate and just not, I'm not going to say cold-hearted, but, just that type of toughness.
Cold-hearted, yeah.
Interior. Because sometimes it's necessary to be tough, right?
Absolutely.
And I get it, your product, if your environment might cause you to be that way, but anyway, we got to learn.
It's always a balance.
Sexual compatibility.
Yes. Yes. Round of applause.
Listen,
you already know where he's going.
Know where I'm going. Listen.
Standing ovation.
That's what I'm talking about, my brother. You've been learning.
I have. I've had the opportunity to watch some of my brethren go through trials and tribulations and allow me to pick up on some things.
I respect the fact that you learn through people's experiences.
Yeah. That might not be mine, but it's still in the forefront.
That's real wisdom, right? Wisdom is the ability to not only learn from your personal experience, but learn from the experiences of others. That is true wisdom.
That is.
Good job.
Someone who is willing to fight for their relationship as much as I am, right? Because relationships take work, right? I'm not going to say that they're a job, but everything takes work, and I want to know that this person is willing to fight as hard as I'm willing to fight, because things are going to happen. And I want to know I got a rider with me.
Reciprocation is part of my love language. I agree with that.
Right? What was the other thing that I had? Integrity. Similar values and beliefs. We don't have to necessarily be 100% equally yoked on these things. But in a circle, there's a pie, and it should be coexisting with each other somehow. Right? And I think that's really important, and some people miss that. And then when you have kids and different things, there's a lot of turmoil that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
So
when you raise your children differently,
so it's big. I heard my brother said something to me, and as a married man, he said, even tissue can be an issue, where he wanted it to go over, but she wanted it to go under, and I was like, wow. He was like, yo, that could be an issue, bro. And I was like, wow, I would have never done it.
It can be an issue because I'm the asshole. I'm going to put it whatever way I want it, regardless of how you feel. Get over it. You got to pick your battles in life. That ain't one worth fighting over.
I have OCD when it comes to that. It has to be over.
Shout out to the women with OCD.
You're the first one that I've heard that say that they want it over. Most women that I've heard, they want it under. Comment, you want over or under?
Shout out to the women with OCD. I appreciate y'all.
Like she in a hotel.
I want it to be over. I'll change it. If Jayla put it, I'll change it. Like, oh, nope, can't do it. Wow. Then I take the tissue.
Next time I go to her house, I'm changing it.
Note to self. Go ahead.
Watch him when he comes to the crib, right?
Change the paper towels, all that.
That is.
What else, Luke?
I think that is the majority of what I could think.
What about religion? Is religion
No. Again, I think if it's similar values and beliefs, that holds more continuity for me in terms of what we can. Because even for myself, my belief system in religion, though I have a foundation that's strongly founded in Catholicism, I don't particularly follow all the subscriptions that entails. I have adapted different things that embody me, and I wouldn't want to force my kids to particularly follow a certain way. I want to give them some type of layer of foundation and then allow them at a certain age to make some choices on their own.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's why I say I don't have religion, but I do have, thank you, a faith that there is a higher being in this world, and it's not just scientific.
True. I appreciate Islam, but I like to eat bacon.
I definitely did everything you just said, Luke. He eat bacon. And okay.
Oh. But he don't got the beard, lady, so you got to be able to, you know, he said
pussy juice.
I'm still Aki.
Pussy juice. You can hit up the ratchetthoughts@gmail.com and just attention for him and just do it like that too.
Now he already shouted out his thing, right?
It's
what
private.
was it again?
Raheem Brown at gmail.com.
Oh, didn't he say?
Raheem Brown at gmail.com.
No, she said.
Raheem Brown at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Ratchetthoughts@gmail.com.
All right, so go ahead.
I agree 100% with everything you just said. Everything you just
I wonder
said.
if the former husbands have a different.
However,
However,
I want to just add one thing.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I don't want our love to be perfect. Like, I'm not looking for perfection. We're going to make mistakes. It's not always going to be great. But I want you to love me through my imperfections. I want to love you through your imperfections. You know, I want to love you through your low points and you love me through mine. And I want to be where my strength is your weakness and your weakness is my strength. You know, so wherever you feel like you fall short, I'm here to pick you up. And wherever I fall short, you here to pick me up.
You took that from Queen Islam?
No, I never even watched the show before.
All right.
But that's how I feel. Movie. That's how much I know. I don't. But everything you said plus that, because yes.
I'm gonna add one and see if you got this.
Okay.
And I'm sure you guys will feel me on this one.
Okay.
How she responds to conflict resolution or conflict situations. And you can see that in several different incidents in your time with this young lady. So how the conflicts happen and how the resolutions, that's important.
I think that also goes back to healing, because if something triggers you from your past and you have a conflict with your mate, it's going to be bigger for me. It's going to be bigger than what it's supposed to be because you haven't healed from something that happened when you was younger or teenager or early teens, whatever, right? That's why I always say, like, I'm not saying for you to be perfect, but like, let that part of you have healed, because we're going to have arguments in our relationship. It's going to happen. So I want to make sure that you're healed enough to have it constructively, maturely, with understanding and comprehension, and not be violent and not be ignorant about it. Because a lot of times I've been in a relationship where it has not had nothing to do with me. It's not me. It's what they've been through.
So you mentioned something that I find very interesting.
Me.
Comprehension. So
you gave a high five for it, by the way, but go ahead.
I know. But going back to comprehension, right? So for me, one of the things that
what you stroking? Ain't no beard there.
What
you stroking?
Wow.
What you stroking your chin for? Ain't nothing there, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
Shots fired.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. One of the things you...
I'm praying right now. For God to give me strength. Right. So, comprehension, right? So, when it comes down to comprehension, one of the things that I look for in thinking about what I look for in a wife is her ability to be able to comprehend my logic and me having the ability to comprehend her emotion, because I feel like that's where men and women often come to an impasse, because women aren't able to understand a man's logic because men think logically, and men aren't able to understand the emotional perspective that a woman is coming from. Because usually with me, if you saying something to me and it's not simple logic like 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, I'm just looking at you like you're crazy. I don't care about how the fuck you feel. I want to hear about the facts. And I realize that sometimes that's not always essential to being able to come to a resolution, right? So sometimes I may have to actually attempt to understand what she's feeling versus looking at it just from a factual standpoint. But I also want her to be able to try to understand where I'm coming from based on facts, and take less of her emotion out of the situation, so that way we can both come to a cohesive understanding of each other.
Well, I think that ties into understanding each other's communication style and being able to, maybe you don't always lead with logic, maybe you lead sometimes with compassion.
I'm a man.
Or
It's
emotion.
default.
Or you lead by emotion as well.
I'm a man. Men default to logic.
Hold on. Yes.
Oh, man.
But we all have the capacity to learn and do things differently, especially if it's for someone that you love. So, and she should be able to do the same to you. And that's where there's a, hopefully, because you want to work together to make it work.
And also, excuse me, and also, you can't be like stuck in your ways. Like, you can't be like, I'm this person and I'm not gonna compromise and meet you halfway with anything. Like, deal with me or don't date me. Like, you can't be like that in a relationship, because you could be passing up on a good woman because you're not willing to go a little bit more than you normally go for that person. You have to be able to go, because you never know. Like, that one thing could just change the whole dynamics. If you just let go a little bit, don't be so stern with it, you know, especially if it's something that's very minute, something that's very, you know, petty. Just let it go.
What's minute to you is gargantuan to someone else.
Right, but
hear me out.
Okay.
Just because you're a good woman, don't necessarily mean that you're a good woman for me.
That's true.
So while you're saying I need to let certain
woman and not be a good wife.
That's a possibility. That's definitely a possibility, because again, based on
For you.
yeah, right. So based on our dynamics, while you're a great woman and I might be a great man, putting the two of us together may cause for like straight disaster, because we're not compatible with each other.
I agree.
So compatibility is a very big part of what we need for, you know, like marriage material.
But do you think stubbornness does play a part in not growing? If you just like, this is who I am, I'm 40-something years old and I'm not going to change, you would love me for who I am. And
Absolutely.
both ways, men and women.
No,
Because women come in there with
true.
the same stubbornness too. But do you think that like that's the formula for disaster if you're coming in with that mentality?
That's true.
I don't want a good woman. I just want to be.
At the same time, though, again, it's that question still is there, because again, we can't go into things saying, I see your potential and I see where you can go. No, hear me out. No, I know that you're a good person, but again, if I'm going into this relationship with you and I know who you are. Granted, I expect you to grow, right? Mm-hmm. But I can't expect you to grow the way I want you to grow, because you're going to grow how you're going to grow. Right? So if I'm expecting you to grow a specific way and you don't grow that way, now I get upset with you because you didn't grow the way I wanted you to.
To your liking.
Right, to my liking. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like...
It's not controlling?
Things that... It can be.
Okay.
So now I'm upset with you. Because I'm like, oh nah, she could have been this, that, and the third, and she didn't, right? And she didn't,
right?
So now the things didn't work out because she was this and she was that and she was the third, and I'm not saying no. Honestly, like she was progressing as a person. However, as she was progressing, those things made us grow apart.
Okay, you grow out of somebody.
No, but everybody's not honest about that thing. What happens is we start to play the blame game. And now you're a jerk because you didn't grow how I wanted you to grow.
So we need to stop doing that. We need to stop dating
or I don't even give you the benefit to say that you did grow.
But who are you to tell me I grew or not? Like, if I tell myself that I've grown, who are you to tell me I didn't? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, that's not true.
I'm just saying, who are you to tell me I didn't grow? Like, I feel like I've grown in the last 2 years. If Rod told me, well, I don't think you did, I'm like, who are you to tell me that? You can't tell me that.
The person who watched your...
That's not your narrative.
The person who watched your evolution.
Well, no.
You're right.
Because it might not have been for his eyes to see.
No.
Maybe it wasn't for him to see my evolution.
It depends on me as the person on the outside looking in, right? On how self-aware I believe you are. Because there's some people who are not self-aware, right? So if you're not self-aware, you might think you've grown. Meanwhile, you still the same motherfucker you've been. Right, but if you're self-aware, and I trust your level of self-awareness, then
sounds crazy to me.
Some people want.
You gotta hear them out though.
Some people want to be around people that's just gonna enable their bullshit.
You want a bunch of yes men around you.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. No. What he's saying is
maybe I'm not understanding what he's saying.
Right. So what he's saying is you got people that are
comprehension.
communication and comprehension. Like you might still be the same person you were, right? And because him, as somebody who cares about you, he's talking to you. He's telling you like, nah, you're not. You're really not where you saying you are.
And if you do that,
right?
I need some
right?
fact checks.
And he may give you the fact checks.
Yeah.
But because you got the homegirl that's like, yo, Don, don't listen to him.
But it don't have to be homegirl. It can be yourself. Like
I get that.
I don't react the way I did to this. I don't.
But that could just be just because you are.
Who are you to tell me that I didn't grow? Who are you? Who are you to tell me that?
Somebody who's watching you, cares about you. So hold up.
The other thing is, you may have not grown in certain areas.
Part of the reason that I love everybody in this room, right, is because I know that if I'm wilding out, he gonna tell me about it, you gonna tell me about it, and she gonna tell me about it. So I might be thinking I'm growing, but meanwhile I might still be the same motherfucker. But I respect all of y'all enough to know that if Luke challenges me enough to be like, Rod, like, you think you're growing.
Husband and wife, that's friends. It's a little different.
Your mate's not supposed to be your friend?
Not always. They're not always.
That's a part of the package.
Not always.
That's a part of the packaging. That's a part of the packaging.
For you.
That's a part of the packaging.
Wait.
So friendship shouldn't be part of the foundation?
For me, yes.
So then why
But everyone I know who's married don't have a friendship.
That's wild.
They shit about to fail. They shit about to tank. Titanic is going down.
It's an agreement.
Titanic is going down.
Right here.
It's going down.
Wow.
It depends on what kind of marriage you're talking about.
Right.
Is it just a business?
That's what I'm saying. So you can't say that all the time.
Titanic is going down.
And it's like 20 years in and you still doing the same shit.
Okay.
You know?
Wow.
Okay.
Titanic.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. We went. Wow. Please like, comment, and share.
Sheesh.
We went a little.
Nah, that's still talking about marriage material.
It be like that though.
It's just a very broad
especially the old school ones.
Did you hold on? Let's get back because we actually are cutting close to. We're about to do a part 2. So, was there anything you wanted to add? Because that's where we left off, and we went on a very.
I just feel like this when it comes to that part, because it pulled the string for me when he said that. When it comes to like, oh, you didn't grow, you might think that you've grown.
I want to get them.
I just feel like if I'm telling you you're part of my journey, then I accept your criticism about how you feel my growth is. You know, and if I come to you and ask you like, well, Ra, you think I've grown in this? Oh, you bet, oh, Keisha, I like the way. Then I'm receptive to it. But like, for me, it's a single battle. So I'm not looking for anybody to give me a confirmation about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you to tell me whether or not, unless I ask you. So I feel like if you my husband, you my boyfriend, you like, yo, ma, you ain't grow. Like, I feel like there's another way of going around that. Don't just come to me, because therefore I feel like you're triggering me again. I feel like it's another trigger by telling me that.
But is it the fact that you're just, because it's you're too sensitive and you don't want to hear, you don't want to hear, because steel sharpens steel.
No.
You want to be with somebody that's going to challenge you.
Let me tell you what I want. If you see I'm not growing, help me with my growth without me knowing that you're doing it. Because if you're telling me that you're watching me and you love, I'm just saying, like, you telling me you watching me, you telling me you see my growth.
What does that even mean?
It means like, it means like this. It means like, instead of you saying you still have a, instead of you saying you still have a listen. Instead of you saying you still have a temper, you ain't grow. When I'm having my temper in the moment, you say, babe, calm down. You getting a little crazy. Your voice is getting higher. Calm a little bit down. Take a deep breath and then talk again. Like, that's how you do it in the moment. You don't wait till I do it and still have a tantrum with you and then be like, you still got a tantrum, right? You didn't grow. As I'm doing it, you check me in it. Like, remember we growing. Remember you still want to work on your anger. You're getting loud out now. Calm down. Take a deep breath and start again. I'm like, you know what, baby, right? And I'll calm down and start again. But don't let me go through the whole motion of having a temper tantrum and then next people like, yo, bitch, you ain't grow. Don't do that. Help me in the moment. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to what I'm saying?
A person can help you in the moment and you still might not be receptive.
And you might be.
And you might
be. Like, you just might be. And you
I'm supposed to help you, but I'm going to be a wizard and not know that I'm helping you, but you don't know or see it or acknowledge it.
That's not what I'm saying, because you're making it seem like it's crazy, and it's not crazy.
It sounds crazy.
No, it's not crazy. No, it's not. Because if I know you're growing, if I know that you don't like certain things and I see that coming out of you, I'm going to stop you. You're like, Rob, you're supposed to be working on that. Calm down. You're getting like yourself again. You're like, no, Keisha, you're right. Thank you. It's not crazy.
Wow.
It's not.
I think we have to. We're definitely doing a part 2. Done.
Nah, whatever she said is right.
Don't be ignorant.
No. I'm being ignorant.
You're being funny.
Whatever you said is right.
We definitely.
I always get that. Dre don't get that. You don't get that. Whatever you say, I always get that. Why do I always get that? Okay, go ahead. Carry on. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead, Luke.
Damn if you do, damn if you
No, go ahead, Luke.
Oh, blowing sunscreen.
Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah.
So
Gotta love it.
we're definitely doing a part 2. So this.
By the time we do a part 2, hopefully I have a beard back. You know what I'm saying?
What are you rubbing?
Was there anything else you want?
What are you rubbing?
Go ahead.
Is there
I'm
anything?
rubbing on your growth.
Actually, you're not. Actually, you're not. You're not though.
Exactly.
Wow.
There's no growth here. There's no growth there. Exactly. That's what I'm rubbing on.
So you say.
So I wanna.
Tell me why.
So Miss Ramona asked, "Do we understand where she was coming from?" And ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to or tell us if you understood what she was saying. I think I do, and that's why I have to kind of just absorb a little bit of what you were saying to really see. And I know you were trying to give different examples to help us comprehend, what she was trying to communicate to us. So I have a sister, and throughout the years I've been in her life, and I've had the opportunity to go on her journey in terms of watching her journey in as much as information as she gives me, right? Because I'm not in the vicinity as her husband to see what the daily life looks like. But as her friend and her brother, what she has told me, I have been able to see her growth based on what I've seen and what she's told me, right? And in that, I was able to say, one day I was like, sis, yo, your growth, yo, I love you. Like, that shit is dope. And I was able to give her examples of who she was before and who she is now, and how she was.
Do I know this sister?
Yes. And how
there was no growth.
And how
you a bullshit, huh? There was no growth.
And how she was able to evolve without me having to say or do anything per se, and I would try to give her nuggets.
Cause I know who you talking about.
I would try to give her nuggets.
I'm here with you. They somewhere else. I'm here with you.
Throughout her journey, and she would tell me like, "Yo, like I thank you for being there and encouraging me throughout this because it meant something and it allowed me to get to this point in my life."
Let me be myself again.
So, with that being said, I hope I comprehended what you were trying to say. And
Yo, sis, I love you.
How you gonna draw the Bacardi bottle out? Oh gosh.
Really?
And we're gonna go forward. So we said some things. I laid out a plethora of what I thought. We want the married men.
SC words. See my nigga right here. That's SC words.
The former married men, now divorced men, on what you guys think.
Sponsored by Bacardi.
No, Sweet Chick.
Oh, and Sweet Chick. You know what I'm saying? Ramona, she's not a sweet chick. That's why she doesn't have a sweet chick cup. She is a platinum chick.
Smoke.
She's a platinum.
Platinum chick?
See, you was about to. Don't hate from afar.
You're right. I was adding gas.
You was adding gas when there was no need for the gas.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So former married men. I laid out some things. Keisha added a couple of things. Is there anything that you disagree or agree in or want to add that we might have missed? Since we don't know what marriage life really is about.
So I'm gonna tell you, anybody who says the phrase "happy wife, happy life" could suck my dick from the back. I believe in the phrase "happy spouse, happy house." This is why this is my nigga right here.
Nigga now?
This is why this is my nigga right here. You know what I'm saying? Happy spouse, happy house.
I believe that too.
Oh yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
No, I concur with that though.
You concur?
I concur.
Happy spouse, happy house. It takes two.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Maybe not that specific vernacular, but yeah, I concur.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that, right? I gave my disclaimer at the beginning, though, right?
Listen,
so I'm good.
Yeah,
I gave my disclaimer.
You're right.
Bacardi,
you're right.
Sweet chick. Shout out to Nas, Esco, Harlem.
Is that the only thing you want to add?
Queens.
I have a question.
Queens.
Your qualification for a wife, is it different from your first marriage now that you're older?
Absolutely. We're going to talk about that part too. We ain't got enough time to go into that.
What about you, Dre?
You got time to go into that now.
Oh, mama.
Things just didn't work out for us. You know, and unfortunately, I was that person that was looking at her to grow in a specific way.
Her potential.
Yeah, her potential, and she didn't. You know, so things didn't go the way I actually planned for it to go.
How long it took for you to realize that?
Expected or preferred for it to go?
Preferred.
How long it took for you to realize that?
Well, honestly, it wasn't necessarily my choice. The divorce wasn't necessarily my choice. Like I
so you would have still been in it?
My
probably
plans,
longer, a little bit longer.
Yeah, my plans were to work things out.
Okay, got it.
Because I don't think anybody gets married to get divorced.
An amazing woman. I don't want to go like pizza. Like even when it's bad, it's still good. You ever had pizza? Like even when it's bad, it's still good.
Yo, all right, family. So with that being said,
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Pizza is still good even when it's bad.
Like, listen, you can get you some like high-end pizza, right? Mm-hmm. You pay $10 a slice, or you could get you some like dollar slice pizza. They both, depending on the day, might be equally as good because it's pizza.
Is it because it's pizza or is it because of how hungry you are?
No, because even when it's bad, it's still good because it's pizza.
Something you
so
just
what
can't
I'm telling you is that I don't want good. I want better than good. I want great or amazing.
Are you amazing? Are you great? You gotta want what you are.
So we're gonna say that for part 2 because we did not. We went a lot of different realms in this particular topic, and we have still a lot.
So please let us know what y'all believe is marriage material. Let us know what
husband
y'all think
material
is. Yeah. Husband material.
Oh, that's
things like that. And if y'all can tell us the difference between wifey material.
Wifey is just a cop out, so you don't have to put a ring on it.
Well, here's my question: Do you necessarily have to do the?
Don't call me wifey. I don't want to. Don't call me wifey.
No. Hear me out. Do you have to do the conventional marriage?
He's his main joint. You his main broad.
No, not even that.
No.
Can you be in a relationship with somebody without going to get a ring, a marriage license, and be okay with it?
It depends. Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
You know, so I want to know.
There's women who just want to live together and not get married.
We want to know that from y'all too. Like,
that's definitely
do you have to go and
I have family members who's not married.
Do you have to go stand before the justice of the peace? Mm-hmm. Do you have to go stand before a pastor or a preacher or somebody?
That's just my preference.
To pronounce you man and wife, or can you be okay with what we call common law?
You're ordained to do that.
I'm a licensed minister. I'm not ordained yet. It's different.
Okay, sorry.
You know what the difference is between common law and actually signing a piece of paper?
Mm-hmm. New York is not a common law state.
You know what the difference is? The difference is pension, Social Security.
Well, you being able to having the ability to get his shit.
No, wait, hold on.
You having the ability to get his shit. That's what you're saying.
No, because if he puts that all in his will, that's the difference.
Nobody makes wills.
Yeah,
I have a will.
You update it?
There are some people who
I did my will at 37.
You put everything in a will and or trust.
Not much has changed since 37. Well, some stuff has changed, but I didn't get married or anything.
You put it in a trust. That makes it even better.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
you're gonna want to leave for your kids and your wife. But anyway. If you're a good man, you're gonna want to leave things for your kids and your wife. I know I would.
No, my kids. That's all.
I would leave stuff for my husband because they have to take care of my. He has to take care of my kids still. But anyway,
it's not just your kids; it's his kids too.
No, I'm gonna leave something for my husband to take care of our kids.
Say it again.
To take care of our kids.
That part.
She only has one child. What she mean arguing?
No. But what happens is a lot of people walk into relationships where they have children with people and they're quick fast to say, "Oh, that's my child, my child, my child." But it should be a team thing.
It is.
It's like it's ours.
Yeah. Like I want my kids to have the best, even though I'm not here. So I'm gonna leave my husband enough for our children. Like.
Right.
Yo, y'all get to the fruit snacks that's at the bottom of the cup. Woo.
And that's a perfect segue to end our episode today. We're doing a part 2. This was much more material than I expected, actually.
No, you was down there all week.
I was. I had my...
Every time you have doubts, it always be amazing.
It's true. It's so true. That's the best. It's so
SkywalkerTouch@gmail.com.
SkywalkerTouch@gmail.com.
Oh, you got on it too.
SkywalkerTouch@gmail.com.
Ladies, let me tell you something.
Oh shit!
Y'all know what y'all missing.
Luke has magic hands.
Yes, ladies, SkywalkerTouch@gmail.com.
He's gonna give you that tantric massage.
Yep.
The force is with him.
Please take video.
You said please take video?
Wow.
It's glizzy time.
On your face.
So as we always end.
Want to massage my dick? Stop. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry, Luke.
None of my RTI family
ladies,
loves
have y'all
me.
ever heard of fruit by the foot?
Ooh.
Just know we talking about Luke.
Fruit roll up? Okay, go ahead.
As always,
He's not
We
denying
didn't
it.
give our
You see that,
final
right?
thoughts.
there's no final thoughts because there's a part 2 happening.
Okay.
So we ended it here, and we're
Luke
going to
by
see
the
you
foot.
again.
At gmail.com.
Woo. Look.
Have a great day.
Look.
And a better tomorrow.
I walked away, so I had to come back strong. You know what I'm saying?
Look.